I feel like as black women, we should just know we shouldn't be doing certain things because the narrative is always going to be ghetto.
Of her throwing some like local vendors like pineapples all throughout the water. It seems like they're quick to call him a passport bro.
What it is, you win some and you lose some. It's vacation.
Are you the person that just throw away money? It don't matter.
She was on the same boat as me, and that girl crazy.
Should she be arrested for what she did? Of course.
But this woman decided to destroy a vendor's stuff or like throw it all into the ocean because she didn't get enough change back.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
This is why I do solo trips. I'm about to play the video, but this woman decided to destroy a vendor's stuff or like throw it all into the ocean because she didn't get enough change back. Don't scroll, I'm about to play. Karma hit her real quick though, fell in that water. This happened in DR, and then basically her and a group of friends paid for pineapple drinks, I guess. Because she didn't get enough change back or any change back, she proceeded to hop on their stuff and start throwing all their items into the ocean, destroying things, even looking like she about to get on the vendor himself. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was common knowledge. If you don't go exchange your money and you giving a third world country US dollars, do not really expect any change back. Not to mention all the folks saying, oh, I would have crashed out too. Y'all love trying to crash out in other countries. Y'all keep thinking it's sweet in other countries. Swear, can't do group trips, bro. You will not have me in jail with you, bro. Please, keep all the ghetto stuff in America. I'm begging you, bro. God forbid. She might be in jail right now. Who knows? She wild, bro.
She probably, well, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, you do things like that, you're bound to go to jail. Now, I'm sure this is not the first time she crashed out on that trip. I'm sure it may be her third, fourth time. Now, there are things that will test your patience while you're abroad. I know I've been living out of the country for quite a while. And even when you're in the Philippines, right, something can happen, or they may have certain practices that are not the same as yours. But I'll say this. That's entirely different than going on a trip and not bringing change. You should know. You should use your brain and say, oh, you're not going to use it because you've never traveled before. Like me, I know to have change everywhere I go so I don't get shortchanged or so I can receive my change, right? So whatever the amount is that equals up to 30, I'm going to have that. Or 20, I'm going to have that. I'm going to have my bills broken down so they can say, oh, okay, papi, here's your change, papa. Right? I doubt they talk like that. That's how they talk in the U.S., but they'll have my change.
Viral for acting a fool in the Dominican Republic. Now, if you haven't seen the clip, it's basically of her throwing some like local vendors like pineapples all throughout the water, and she's just like cursing up a storm and just acting all kinds of ratchet and anything but a saint. And in the end, what was kind of funny is she's trying to get out the water. Someone's trying to like pull her out the water, then she falls down almost all the way down in the water. It was pretty fun. But one key thing that I've noticed that I've seen from everyone talking about this so far is that how come no one's referring to this woman as a passport sister? I mean, because everybody on this app, damn near, well, almost everybody that ever sees anytime they see a man act like getting into some trouble in a in a foreign country or whatever, it seems like they're quick to call him a passport bro, and they don't know that man from a can of paint. And not one creator, I mean, not one has referred to this woman as a passport sister, at least from what I could see. But let me know if you've heard anyone else refer to her as that. Not to mention, and this is just the way it seems to me specifically. I don't think she's getting as much heat for her acting a fool for what and doing what she did down there than y'all ever give some of the guys who do something that's practically harmless almost sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just quick to throw that man under the bus, like see these passport bro, da 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 da. I don't see any of that with this woman. And then you got some weirdos that are actually defending this woman's actions. It's like the last thing you want to do when you're in a foreign country is act a fool and get yourself into trouble because ain't nobody coming to rescue you. At least that's how I look at it in my mind. But let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure you like, share, and follow for more.
See, I like what he did there. He's right though, because it's true. Somebody gets unalived in DR, or not unalived in DR. That usually doesn't happen. But in Colombia, or something else happens to someone somewhere else, passport, bro, right? But you never hear a passport, sis. And I gotta say this. Yes, I'm gonna clean it up. You have black women act a certain way, and some black women don't act that way. So I'm not gonna put this on all black women. Same way how you have passport bros that act a certain way, and then you have some that carry themselves like gentlemen. So I'm going to say this: she's a passport sis, but the worst kind. You got good and bad everywhere you go. It's not good, but she's the worst kind of passport sis. The hood rat hoochie mama going out. I'm sure she probably was shaking it all over the place. I'm sure she probably didn't gave 2, 3 guys some already. I'm not trying to put that on her. Just this is the kind of ratchet behavior we see in the neighborhood, right? So I'm sure she was participating in a ratchet behavior thing. Probably made 2 babies. And she didn't know who the daddy is. No, I'm joking.
Was out in Punta Cana. I'm saying that right? Punta Cana? Punta Cana. Are you not embarrassed? You're not embarrassed that you were crashing out over some fruit? Over some pineapples? Like, I would seriously be so embarrassed if at my big ripe age somebody caught me on video, on camera, in 24K of me crashing out over some pineapple because it was
24K.
overpriced. You pay for it, keep it pushing. It is what it is. You win some and you lose some. It's vacation.
They won't listen. They never listen.
It is okay. It's okay. Money comes back around. Chill. I just was never that deep. Like, there's just no way you would ever find a sane person crashing out over an overpriced piece of fruit. Shawty had no decorum, no class, no nothing. You are in another country, girl. Like, you don't just be acting like that outside of the country. This ain't home. And even if it was, you're black. You can't act that kind of way over something that minuscule. From what she was saying in the video, it seemed as if she was upset that they overpriced her over a pineapple. I feel like as black women, we should just know we shouldn't be doing certain things because the narrative is always going to be ghetto. It's always going to be ratchet. I don't know. It was just never that deep. And then what was even more embarrassing is like your exiting scene. You fell right in the water. I would be laughing at you. Not only did I scam you for some change, but now you're acting a fool and you're falling inside the water. Can't get up. Can't get into the boat. I'm just at a loss for words, honestly. But it is. You win some and you lose some. It's vacation.
Hey y'all. So, I wasn't going down that rabbit hole, but then I came across this video. And you all just gotta watch the video. Now, before I start, I'm gonna let you know that everybody is not gonna agree with what I'm about to say. Because everybody don't feel the same way. Everybody don't have the same values. So, as I'm saying this, you don't get your drawers, your panties in a bunch. It's not for you, okay? Now, as I was sitting there listening to this young lady, she was talking about, oh, I would have been so embarrassed. And then I had to listen to the rest of it because I wanted to make sure she understood that this wasn't just about somebody not putting fruit in her drink, okay? So, as I'm sitting here and you know, I'm listening, she said, cause money come and go, you on vacation. Let me tell you something. It depends on what type of person you are. Are you the person that just throw away money? It don't matter because you got well off or rich to do parents and they gonna keep on giving it
Oh, here we go again.
to you, or you sitting there doing some strange things for some change and money don't matter. That's number one. You that kind of person? Or are you that kind of person that, yeah, okay.
That still doesn't matter what kind of person you are. You still, even if you're getting it at McDonald's and you're struggling, you still don't carry yourself like that. And she should have been more prepared. But let me hear what this lady's gonna say, because I think it's gonna get ratchet.
I'm gonna just splurge on this trip and I'm gonna, whatever it is, and I ain't gonna argue about it. Right? Because, see, I'm like that kind of person in a way. Like, depending on what it is, I'm not gonna argue about the price. I'm gonna either get it or I'm not. Right? I'm that person, pretty much, for the most part. Oh, or are you that third person that you actually had to save to go on this trip? And your money is your money, right? Because that's all you have. Or are you that last person? Well, I should have put that one last, but are you this person that I don't care if you 1, 2, or 3, that's your money. And the way you want your money and you don't want nobody taking your money, whether they be up in your city, in your town, in your country, on your continent. Okay? The bottom line is you want what you pay for because that's your money. I could be a freaking rich woman or a woman that's sitting here struggling and had to save up a year for a
I just gotta say this one thing, and I'm not gonna interrupt again. This is that girl's older aunt, her mama, right? She got to be my age, if not older. Talking like this for the generational turmoil, the cycle black woman in to continue and go round and round. It's gonna do that. Why? More with this mentality. You see the younger woman that spoke before her. She said, "Okay, let me punch this younger woman in the back of the head and say some niggish, straight up, the niggish. Let me give some of that, cause that's all I know, niggish."
trip. God dog or whichever woman I am, that's my money. So yes, it made a difference, sweet pea, about them pineapples. Because from what like I said, I wasn't going down this rabbit hole. But from what all the videos that I saw, because I have yet to see the original. Like, well, I have yet to see somebody from the original video come out and say something. I did see this guy, but then his video stopped. But it was all about overcharging. You know how you go to a restaurant and they say only one card can be taken, so they take out everything on one card, and then you like, are you crazy? Like, I didn't ask you to do that. So they overcharged her. And the bottom line was, because the way dude was talking was like, oh, I'll buy you one, like she was hard up. But then the bottom line is they took too much off her card, 200 and something dollars to be exact, plus tip. So yeah, she has the right to be pissed off. Now let's get to the points that I always make. Was it smart for her to do something like that there, knowing their government, knowing their legal system? No, that wasn't smart. And being a fellow Chicagoan, because I heard her say that she was, um, we're glad that you came back home safe. But the truth is, she could have, that would probably be one of those times when I say, forget it, tell them other people that she charged, because he charged everybody that was on the boats stuff on her card. So I think that would have been, and I understood, hey, I don't know all of these.
Yeah, I gotta stop it right there, cause what you're saying, it's not okay to act like that. What you said was right. She don't understand the laws in that country, and that's pretty much any country you in. You're acting a fool. You're throwing stuff around. You're gonna get hit with charges. Like if I did that in the US, I'm gonna get hit with charges. Say I'm doing that in a restaurant. I just flip out, start throwing the pineapples. I break something. Or even just inciting a riot, right? They're gonna hit me with something. Let me continue on.
Was in the water and Punta Cana was in a white country, she wouldn't have did that. I didn't stutter. She would not have done that. She did that because everybody over there is darker skinned. She did that because she doesn't think she has to play by those rules. If she was in Russia, Poland, China, any part of the Middle East, Japan, just wherever the skin is lighter, and you know they don't play them games, she doesn't do what she did there. Was it embarrassing? Hell yeah. Should she be arrested for what she did? Of course. And if she is arrested, I guarantee you she learned real fast what it's like abroad. Y'all think jails over here are like the worst thing in the world. And for somebody born over here, I'm sure it is. But you know that jails abroad are like literally run by the inmates, right? Like they decide who lives or dies. They decide who eats and who doesn't. You not talking to CO because CO is dead. Just remember exactly what I just told you. There's a reason why you very seldom hear about people doing this stuff in any of those other countries. It's a respect thing, and it's definitely a reputation thing.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was that. I think she would have still done the same thing. The beautiful thing about that, and this talk has been had before, is that the ghetto-ness, a lot of times to come over to the Philippines, Thailand, China, any of these Asian countries over here, very far. Even going to Africa for them is far. So going down to the DR, what is that, 2-3 hours? To take a trip over here, you're in the air for a day. Only the ones who are disciplined are coming over here. Yes, and that's great. And it would be great if it stayed like that. Now you do have some that slip in, but they're not bringing that attitude with them usually, and that's a great thing.
The girl throwing the pineapples on the Punta Cana trip, she was on the same boat as me, and that girl crazy. Y'all cannot pay me to go to another country and show my ass like that. Like, you know, you can go to jail, real jail time in Punta Cana. So y'all, basically, the boat excursion was like you pay $300 for 4 hours and you get a bottle. So long story short, we all ordered, like me and my girls we ordered pineapple daiquiris. The pineapple daiquiris was only $30. So anyhow, they had charged her $285, thinking like she was paying for everybody plus leaving a tip. So when she looked at her card, she walked up to me and she was like, "How much are the daiquiris?" And I was like, "They $30. Like, what's wrong? You know, I can buy you one if you need to." And she was like, "Oh hell no, G. Oh hell no. They trying to play me. They trying to hold me. I'm from Chirac. I'm from Chicago. I don't even play like that. It'll really get like I'm about to, bust my move, front my move." And I was confused because, we all been drinking.
Now, you heard what happened? Right then and there, I would have said, "Excuse me, you charged me wrong." Problem solved.
I don't know if y'all seen part one, but basically in part one, I was just telling y'all like I was up on a boat. We was drinking pineapple daiquiris. They overcharged the girl. Just go watch part one, but I'm about to tell y'all part two. So basically, she hopped her happy-go-lucky ass off the yacht onto the little bar cart they got in the water where they serving the daiquiris at. And she like, "I'm not finna play with y'all." Like, before they started recording, she like, "I'm not finna play with y'all. Give my money back. Give my money back right now." And the man, he's like, I don't understand. I did nothing wrong. I don't understand." And she like, she don't care about none of that. So she started grabbing the pineapples, throwing all the pineapples, throwing all the liquor, throwing all the stuff. And she just started throwing all the shit, and then she jumped off. And as she jumped off, she jumped into the water. Like, all of us was trying to grab her, and then she fall into the water. So mind y'all, everybody like, "Where this girl at? Why she not doing a story time?" Her ass is locked up in Punta Cana. Y'all cannot be going out of country showing y'all asses. Like, y'all can't be doing that. Like, she locked up. Like, I done called. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to kind of help the friends and see what we can all do? And they like, it's just nothing. She just sitting. Like somebody from the U.S. got to go get her, like the governor or something. Something. You cannot go out of the country showing your ass, especially not over no little bit of money. Like I told her, I was like, just call American Express and get your money back. She like, nah, G, I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. I can't go outside. I can't go outside. And I'm just like, just call your bank. But I'm about to post the whole footage of when the cops got there and everything, the video. I'm about to post all that right now. So just go ahead and follow me for part.
All right, guys, so I don't know how much you've been following this. If you haven't been following it, it has been literally insane. And I'm like, okay, so this woman is from New York. I just thought it was wild. So in Pakistan, they were like, you need to go. Like, if you guys didn't see, she walked into the hotel and she said, this is the owner. Hi, how are you? This is my team. The team was like literally law enforcement. And the woman said, I'm not the owner. And she said, man, what are you trying to do? And she goes, I'm trying to tell people how great this hotel is. And she's like, ma'am, no. And she goes, this hotel is terrible and they treat their staff so bad and they are terrible and don't ever stay here. And I'm like, you are literally terrorizing these people. Leave them alone. And they don't owe you anything in Pakistan. Then she ends up going to Dubai. I saw where she threatened to burn somebody's face with a cigarette. Well, now I was like, she's going to get arrested in Dubai. And lo and behold, this is Onija, mugshot. And she has been detained. Yeah, she could be facing up to 5 years in prison in Dubai. Let's see what they do with her. This woman, it's not right. It's not right.
I thought this lady was okay. I kept saying Pakistan, take care of her. I kept saying in videos. But she went to Dubai. And in Dubai, they're not playing that. She may be doing 5 years. Mess around and find out. She found out. I think she had mental issues, though. That's sad. That's sad. But yeah, as far as attitudes, I think certain women are starting to learn. They are.
Does not benefit women to get loud and to argue and to get out of character. And there's something about a stare in silence that scares people. I don't say much. If you're gonna come at me or argue with me, I'm just going to stare at you like you're crazy. And a stare in silence is very condescending and it's very intimidating. And when you look at somebody and you just stare them down while they're acting crazy, they tend to be like, oh my God, I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid. When you do that, you take their energy while also keeping your energy. When you argue back with someone, you're actually draining all your energy.
That when people get serious about their money, they're doing too much. But you don't think it's doing too much playing with somebody's money? Like, I never understood that. You're playing with somebody's money. Y'all might say money is the root of all evil. It's not that serious. You can't take it with you to the grave. You're playing with somebody's money. You might as well play with somebody's life. People don't play about their money. I'm one of those people. But a lot of people out here don't play about their money. So when you see how serious shit get behind that money, why do y'all want to, oh, it's not that deep. She did that about money. He did that about money. Why the fuck are you playing with people's money? I know y'all seen the video of the lady throwing pineapples every there. Kind of find out, instead of that person charging her $30 for the damn daiquiri pineapple, they charge her card almost $300. Yes, it gets that serious about money. She's on vacation. It's her money at that. You think she give a fuck about them 5, 6, 7 pineapples that she done threw? This man literally charged her card for almost $300. Yes, it gets that deep. I would have did the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have, but look, now she went to jail over it. For what? As the guy said, she could have easily contacted her credit card company and said, yes, that was a false charge, or asked around and tried to get her money back from the people there. But she didn't do that. She didn't take the high road. And she had no intentions of taking a high road. She wanted to get into some old-fashioned niggerness, right? With that attitude. That attitude she gives every man she comes across that she felt did her wrong, or any man that she felt cheated on her and got with another girl. How do you think she handled it? And where is she from? She's from Chicago. Now I gotta say this. I'm from the ghetto myself. But you have certain people, they act a certain way, certain people who don't. Different people from everywhere. That still doesn't matter where she's from, Doesn't matter if she's black. That doesn't give you a right to act that way.
Black girls aren't always angry. Sometimes we're just overstimulated. And that seems to never be okay. I feel like being a black girl is like having to perform all the time, like perform happiness or perform sweetness or perform friendliness so that we're not taken as hostile. Bitch, I'm not mad. I'm not angry. It's too many noises in this room. It's too many noises. It's too many people. It's too many lights. It's too many everything in here. I'm overstimulated. Ain't nobody angry. And if I was angry, would it really be that deep? Damn, why I gotta be in a good mood all the time, bitch? And if y'all would just have the kindness to ask, hey, what's wrong? Hey, are you okay? Hey, is there anything you need? Then maybe I'll be able to be like, no, I want to peel the skin off my fingernails because James has been sitting in a corner clicking his pen for 7.5 minutes. Maybe if you just ask. I'm sick of people, man.
One major thing I learned in 2024 is how to control my emotions.
Thank you.
Literally, y'all, life just don't be that serious. Like, I cringe at the thought of crashing out because why would I let you get me off of my box to be emotionally unstable? You know what I mean? Like, why crash out? Why even give somebody that much power? Like, I could never. I'm just so much more calm this year. Just chill because it's like it's not that serious. It's really not. And if it is, it's gonna cost you. But life just is not that serious. Like, it's not that serious. Learn how to control your emotions. Nobody day can affect mine. If you giving off bad energy, that's something you going through. You know, I'm just in a very happy state.
Good evening. I just wanted to share a quick note before I wrap my day and a quick practice around chronic stress and how it is severely impacting us Black women and causing fatalities from diseases that we over-index on that have been linked back to consistent chronic stress. That's breast cancer, ovarian cancer, heart disease. We're not just being diagnosed, we are dying more than any other demographic. And so over time, chronic stress wears on your body. It impacts your hormones, it impacts your immune system. The list goes on. And so if you are operating, and most of us are, in a heightened state, that means our nervous system is in fight or flight mode, our cortisol levels are high. Simply, our nervous system doesn't have the tools to bring itself back to a grounded state and be able to respond to a daily stress or anxiety or a trigger of some sort by enacting its natural, normal system, right, of bringing us down to a centered place, then we can become more heightened. And so what breathwork does is it truly reframes the nervous system's response to triggers and trauma, right, and stress. And it does this because it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of our nervous system that governs rest and digest. And the main nerve is called the vagus nerve. It's right behind our back.
Yes, it is. And you know, it's like meditation, breathing. It reminds me of the song, one into the two, two into the three, three into the four. Then you gotta breathe. A lot. A lot of you need to do that. Listen to this lady. She sounds like she did some work. She sounds so calm right now. I'm sure it takes some a while. Maybe I don't suggest going to yoga, but still, you can breathe as you sit there in your chair at work. Just breathe. Practice that. Let me let her finish.
Our neck there. And so we're going to just do a bit of breath work. Oceanic breath practice is one of my favorites that I introduce. It's a beginner practice. It's really great. And I just want you to see how your body feels after you do 3 rounds of this breathing with me. Okay, ready? So you're going to open your mouth wide open. You're going to inhale through your mouth. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out of the mouth. Uninterrupted. This is what it sounds like.
Do it with me. Let's do a couple of rounds.
What's going on?
All right, that's starting to turn into something else, but that was starting to get a little bit, sexual. But yeah, guys, so many need what she's doing right now, and more need to look that up and calm down because it's true. They're dying from chronic stress, and you can see why. Having that attitude, it's not good. I am very high tense myself, and I had to learn how to calm down. And guess who calmed me down? The man upstairs. I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.